Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone back to school. I know that in the news it doesn't quite seem back to school, but we're planning for back to school. And we wanted you to be prepared and we wanted you to be ready. So we've gathered up all of the really, really, really important things for you, and we'll explain how things are going to kind of work. So yalla. I saw this on Instagram, and although it's for kindergarten teachers, I thought it was so important for you all to remember in what's going to be the next couple of weeks of mudslinging on the news and everywhere. With regard to, is a teacher a babysitter? Is a teacher a teacher? Who is a teacher? Who are we allowed to hire? Are we allowed to hire just anybody off the street? What does it mean to be a teacher? And I thought it was really important for me to remind you all that being a teacher means being an expert. And it means really knowing your craft and loving your craft. And it's a profession, and it's the best profession. So with all the mudslinging that's going to be going around, please do not let any of it enter your bloodstream. Don't let what people say about teachers have any effect on you. Raise your head high, chin up, and proudly say, I'm a teacher. Okay. It's important for me to say that only because I really do have a feeling that when they start arguing about salary and the parents and everything else, we could get down about it. And Eleanor Roosevelt herself said, you are the only one who can allow someone to insult you. So I believe in you all, and I believe in your professionalism and your amazingness. So be amazing. Okay, I believe in you. Next. Okay, I want to remind you all that we're building English societies this year. It's important for you to bring it to your staffs. We've talked about this. We had many meetings about it. Everything here, all these buttons, these amazing buttons that Melissa has made, and you will see them throughout the whole presentation. You can click on them all and they all go somewhere wonderful. All right, so later on we'll share this with everyone, and then you'll be able to, get to wherever else you need to go. Remember your English societies, we're building them. We're gonna have a course about it. We're going to let you guys know you had pre-registration, and we're going to be choosing the 30 schools to be in it. And we will let you know probably the first week of school who's going to be in the course, and then you'll know what other kinds of courses to sign up for. If not, we'll be running the course every year, so don't worry about that. We'll get to all of you, and start building slowly. I think your English societies are what is going to represent what you're doing and what your agenda is in school, and what your goals are. And I think those are really important things to think about with your staff when you have them in August. What kinds of things are important to you and your staff? What kinds of things you think would be best for your students? And every school can really have their own set of priorities. And that's what the English Society allows us to do, allows us to choose and prioritize for our own schools and our own students what we as teachers and as a staff want to bring to them. Okay, because, English is a huge thing, and sometimes we need to focus. So we will be asking you about your English societies, and I hope that you'll, step outside the box a little bit with them. This isn't really anything that you haven't heard before, but just, one of those gentle reminders about the things that I think are important for Reed and for our students. Obviously, climate change and agriculture, it's part of the DNA of the Minhal. There's going to be a huge program this year for climate change, as well as for agriculture and Tiulim and all sorts of other things. And English is going to be a major component there. I sit in the Tzivit Higui and the advisory committee for climate change and also for agriculture. And so we're pushing it, and the ministry is pushing it to be aware of our surroundings and to save our planet. So Read for the Planet and all sorts of other things. And I'm so thrilled to say that this year We have 16 absolutely amazing students joining the Avodat Gemer in agriculture. Amazing, amazing, amazing students. I'm so excited. We're having their science camp in September. It's going to be great. And they really, really outstanding students. Reading for pleasure. You know what I think. Everyone should have a book in every bag. Okay, your students need to be reading at the beginning of every lesson. They need to be reading on the bus. They need to be reading outside in the hallways. They need to be reading outside on the grass. There's the app for both Apple and Android. Please, please, please use it. It is amazing. Keep it as part of the grade that you give in junior high school should be how long you read. Put it in a rubric. Use the app and have them send you the WhatsApps and encourage them. Have it as a competition between grades or classes. The last thing is independent learners. And you know, there are a lot of schools who are missing teachers who we've been encouraging to use the virtual units and everything. But I really have to tell you that choosing it as a pedagogical strength and saying we have all our teachers could be in every single class, but from a place of pedagogy and rightness, that students should also know how to be independent learners. We're going to have an hour each week where they're going to go and they're going to work on individual units at their own pace. We're going to teach them to pace themselves. We're going to teach them to figure out how to answer a question without going, Hamora, right? Without having to be codependent always on you. Having study hall and making sure that they know how to work by themselves is an excellent program from a place of strength, not just from a place of, oh my God, I'm missing 3 teachers. Schools who are interested in doing that, please be in touch with me. You can also be in touch with Debbie. We will help you establish this in your school, even if it's just to pilot it with 1 class or 1 grade. Okay, try and do this. This is the future of education. And we really need to be there and not be there out of desperation, but be there out of strength. So think about study hall and let me know if there's anything that we can help you with. All right. And again, I want to remind you, English is a language. So you can do anything in English and you should do everything in English. Okay. Next slide. Okay, so how are you going to be in touch with all of us? There are 67 schools who requested Hadracha this year. That leaves almost 120 schools without Hadracha this year. So that means that there are no more counselors. The counselors belong to their own schools. You can't just call a counselor that you had in the past. Okay, she won't have time to answer you. So there are a few different things that will be available to you, and I'm going to go through them now. The first one is the banana phone. We're going to call it the Read Banana Phone. It was something that Haley said. She said it with a better accent than mine. And we decided that was what we were going to call it. So there's a new phone number. It's actually a physical phone that's a phone, and it also has a WhatsApp group, its own WhatsApp thing that's going to be passed around between me, Melissa, Haley, and Sohad. Each month, someone else is going to have it. And we will be answering your questions mostly on WhatsApp. The phone, I mean, we all, are working all the time. So if we can answer the phone, we will. But best to send WhatsApps and we'll be able to either get back to you. You can send a WhatsApp that says, please, I need to talk to a counselor. Could you call me? Or you can write your problem and we can answer it for you. The first time you send a WhatsApp to the banana phone, if you could write your name and your school name so that we can add you as a contact on that phone. And then we'll always know it's you when you ask a question, would be incredibly helpful to us. So first of all, there's the banana phone. Okay. The second thing we have is what's called Judy on the Move. And Melissa, you want to click on it for a sec? I'm going to be traveling around the country, seeing all of you and your teachers. This is for the principals, so it's all in Hebrew. But once or twice a month, I'm going to be traveling around, going to all different places and schools. I haven't even talked to you about it. I just sort of randomly decided which schools I was going to. So if you see your school name, I will be in touch with you about it. It's going to be from 4 to 6. Everyone is invited. Coordinators
from 3 to 6.
From 3 to 6. I'm sorry. Everyone is invited. Teachers and coordinators, principals, anybody who wants to come and see me. I'm going to have a little bit to share with you about something new that I'm working on. And then lots of questions and answers and some schmoozing and presenting. We're just going to be meeting so that you sort of see me, because otherwise you probably won't really see me, or you won't really be in touch. And I don't want anyone to be an island. So I'll be going around the country. Melissa, can you go back to the PowerPoint for a minute? So we did the banana phone and we did Judy in the bus. Don't I look like Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus? I really have to get red hair and like do it like in a thing, right?
And then you notice the two, the links to join our 2 coordinator groups.
Oh, I haven't gotten to that yet. Okay. There are 2 WhatsApp groups that we have. We have the all coordinator list, which I'm sure all of you are on. And if you're not, make sure that you are. And we're opening up a junior high school coordinator group where we're not going to talk really about Bagrut, and we're going to talk mostly about English Society and talk mostly about things that are happening in junior high and things that are new in junior high. A lot of emphasis now is being put on junior high school and 7th and 8th grades especially. So we're opening up one for coordinators there. Nobody speaks on these groups. They're not Shabbat Shalom groups, okay? They are professional groups that we're going to be sending things. It's possible that we might open them in the future to let people share things, but for now it's just official messages. We'll see how it goes. All right, and we'll figure out whether or not, how it's going to work. But it's not they're not noisy groups unless I'm annoying you. Okay, Amir, Haley, or Melissa.
I was about to say, do I get to annoy them too?
Yeah, we do, but only we can annoy them and they can't annoy each other. So That's like a better thing. All right. Next.
Got it.
Thanks. So a couple of basic things to know. First of all, the Read All You Need site. Melissa, do you want to say a few words?
So the Read All You Need site developed so much last year. It got so full of information and people gave us really good feedback that they were visiting it on a weekly basis, really getting a lot out of it. It got to the point where there was so much information that we wanted to reorganize. So what you'll see is that I'm just in the middle of updating it. That's my next project. You'll see we have the Banana phone number up at the top. So once again, if you simply go up to the star, you see the star at the upper right hand corner of my screen, and you click on that star so that it's blue, you will have a bookmark for the Read All You Need site. And as you see, I have it right up here at the top of my Chrome bar. And that helps me find it easily. And then we're working very hard to have all of the information that you need, all of the links to all of our programs all in one place. So, and including the phone number. And so I wrote update in progress because it's not ready yet, but we've put all of the buttons that you're going to be seeing this evening. We've put them here, and right now they're not live, but they will be live buttons where you'll be able to click to find information about the programs that we're talking about, including one that I'm really excited about that we're going to talk about more this evening is the Read Showcase. Right now it's linked to our summer showcase, and we're hoping to have more showcases this year of teacher work and what different schools are doing. So we're hoping that this helps people go right to the place with where they need to, what they're looking for in the course of the year. And if you have other suggestions or ideas of what we should put on the site that would be helpful to you, please let us know. Anything else, Judy?
No, that was great. I just wanted you to show it. Yep. The last thing is contact us. And I'd like to, if you can open it, Mel. I'd like to show you, again, I made these for the principals. So they're in Hebrew, but you can figure it out. We've broken up some of our counselors into mechozi counselors, read counselors. In other words, they don't belong to schools. They belong to everybody. So Haley is going, there's Melissa and me. Haley is going to be taking charge of everything that has to do with junior high school. Sohad is going to be dealing with everything that belongs to high school. Brit is again in special ed. And this year, Rebecca is parting ways from her at-risk schools, and she's going to be helping out. We're going to start working on helping the teachers who teach special ed classes in regular schools. In most of our schools, we have students who are either included in being inclusive in regular classes, or we have specific classes in each shichva that have special ed students. Sometimes they are on the spectrum, sometimes they have LDs, sometimes they have emotional issues or behavioral issues. And we're going to start helping those teachers this year. We'll get into that a little bit more in the evening. If you scroll down a little bit, Debbie is going to be in charge again of technology, but also independent learning. The do-it-yourself project site, for example, that she built for high school students for 5 pointers. She's now building a site, a do-it-yourself project for the junior high school. All the ideas about the independent learners and the virtual units will be in Debbie's court. And so you have all of her information here, email, as well as phone numbers for you to be able to be in touch. The last one, her name is Noga, and she works in Kfar Silver. She's in charge of everything that has to do with agriculture and the Avodat Gemel program. So if you have students who are in that program, you can also be in touch with her as well as me if there's anything else that you need with regard to that program. So that's there for you to be able to access counselors who don't belong to schools, but who belong to Read and everyone in general. Okay. Mel, we'll go back. Okay. Next. Okay, so there are going to be things. Melissa, do you want to talk about the showcases?
Right. So that's what I said I was so excited about. So once again, you see from this, if you're a new just as a side note, if you're a new coordinator here, you may not know this. Every slideshow that we create, we put on the Read All You Need site, sometimes with the recording, so that you have access to all of these links. We share it in the All Coordinators group. We put it on the Read All You Need site. So, and whenever we show you a slideshow that's full of links and information, you'll have access to that afterwards. So you don't have to be madly taking notes through the entire thing. I yell at you scribbling on my screen. So here, 1 second. Let me just erase that so that we don't get distracted. Clear all drawings. Okay. And
I can still, oh, there. Okay.
Yeah, there's always a little bit of a delay. Okay. So the Read Showcase I think that you were probably all there in the summer. We had, I think, 15 teachers from schools around Read present programs that they ran in their school this year. The swap shop sustain schools that did.
Everyone has to say swap, shop, and sustain 3 times fast. Before the end of the evening.
I just want to recommend that if you ever name a program, say it out loud 10 times fast before you decide on the name, because that one has got us all tongue-tied. It's just crazy.
I love it.
And I mean, the showcases, they were just, it was such an uplifting day, because just to see all of the wonderful things that people are doing all around the country. And so we've put on the Read All You Need site the Genially that we used that day in June to direct people around from one Zoom to another. And so now Debbie, with all of her finesse and panache, has linked all of their information. So if you go here, the Young Ambassadors of Rice, a phenomenal program that Sharon Jerome did in her school, TED Talks, sports. Oh, that didn't happen because she wasn't well. Decoding Keivan Style. It's so worth your while if you weren't there, or if you were but didn't manage to see everything, to go in here, click on the little blue dot, and it will take you to the slideshow and the recording of each of these wonderful, wonderful teachers that shared with us. It was so successful that we decided that we want to keep this up, and we would like to have another showcase in February and another one in June. So if you have had some ideas in your school, some programs running in your school that you'd like to share with other teachers, please be in touch with me, and I'll add you to the list. And, you know, in a couple of months, we'll start organizing the winter showcase. Each one is maybe a 15-minute presentation.
Yeah.
It's really, it's easy. You know, it's not something that'll take you a long time to prepare.
Yeah, good. The second program here is about gender equality. It's a Machoz thing. All of the Minhal Chinuch Hiteshvuti, all of the schools, I'm sure you did it in your schools, they had marathons, they had learning for a week before. They talked about gender equality. They talked about tolerance. They talked about healthy relationships. They talked about respect. And we are going to also be a very big part of that in English, and make sure that in our schools, English is prominent in this Mishala program that gets done in all of the schools. And the last one is I got budget this year to also support you guys through the Swap, Shop, and Sustain for the big ministry program of climate change. We're going to be working on this even harder this year. We had about 30 schools last year who had events, and let's try for 60 this year. I can't wait for everyone to do this. It was incredibly rewarding. And it was shown in the showcase. You can go and look on that Genially, and you can see the film that was made. You want to show them the film?
Well, I just want to show them that if they go to this, if they click on the link, you'll see information more about what the aim of the day is and what the plan of action is. We've really outlined the entire thing, the entire program that you should be able to, it should help you get organized to do it.
And you don't do it by yourself. You can do it with, you can put in the movie if you want, show them if you want. But I'll just say that most of the schools did it with their Rakaz Chevrati or Shacha Kirok. You need to share sound, honey. No,
I didn't want to cut you off.
Oh, no, that's okay. I love seeing Elaine there.
I love seeing the teachers so hyped
I know. I know. Martin! Amazing. So next year, we're going to have a longer movie. We'll
Yeah.
have a longer movie. So next slide, Mel.
And I got practice making these little movie clips on Canva, so I'll have even more fun next year.
There you go. Next slide. We're having two video contests this year. Not just for junior high, for everyone, 7 to 12. One is climate change like we had last year. Last year we ran it twice. This year we're going to run it once. And we're going to show it on the Swap, Shop, and Sustain on Earth Day. Earth Day is on the 22nd of April always, but that's right in the middle of, or close to the end of Chol HaMoed Pesach. So we've moved it to the 30th. The whole Machos is going to be doing it. You'll probably hear about it in schools. They're going to be doing lots of things in all languages. And we decided to have, to get them back into the atmosphere of reading, we decided to have a book trailer, which we haven't had in a while, a book trailer contest that'll be at the end of December. So you've got a nice 2 or 3 months for them to be reading and creating videos and sending them in. So the dates are here. All of the links are here about the description, the rubric, the form to submit. Everything is here for you on the slide. Please give it to all of your teachers and encourage them to do that. Make sure that in the first week of school, your students get to the library and have a book in their bag. And if you need any help with things like that, again, speak with us. If we can help you, we will, no problem.
I'll just put in my 2 cents. Something that I said a lot during the blended learning course is if your teachers say, I'm not going to be able to do this and teach English, we all know that, like,
really, that's what they say.
Oh, they do. This is, I mean, because they feel overwhelmed and they have to teach banned words, and how are they going to manage it all? And the fact of the matter is that this is really this is teaching English. I mean, there's nothing better, and you can choose your banned words to connect. It's definitely, in the Read for the Planet, and then the books, we know that reading books is what really solidifies their learning of language. So it's not wasted time. It's really, really the best time.
Best time. Okay, so the read courses, Melissa will show you in a minute. I just want to speak a little bit about what Rebecca is going to be doing. We have a tentative list of topics, but these aren't tentative dates. You can click on the Rebecca's thing. These are Zoominars that we're going to be having for special ed teachers in regular schools. So we're not talking about the special ed schools. You still have Breed. But for schools that don't have counseling, or even if they do have counseling, but they have special ed schools, that Rebecca will be meeting up with you on Tuesdays at a staff meeting or during the day, and helping you. And she's also going to give a bunch of Zoominars to sort of expose mass amounts of teachers on how to do this. She has all the lists of all of your schools, and she will be in touch with all of you probably by mail. So keep your eyes peeled for mail from Rebecca about dates and things and sign-up sheets and how to be in touch and which classes you're teaching and all sorts of other things. So just know that that's here. The topics might be a little bit different, but the dates are pretty much in stone. Do you want to go through the other courses, Melissa, just for a moment?
Yeah. I'll wait for this to open, and here we go. Okay, so the Lev, once again, the Lev HaPisga in Lev HaSharon is our Hitchashvuti Pisga, and we're very excited to eventually open registration for these courses. Right now, and this is a link to that website, right now registration is not yet open. We are doing pre-registration, as we've said, for the English Society course. The form is linked right here for expressing your interest. And remember that the English Society course is something for the coordinator +1. We want 2 the coordinator plus another teacher to sign up for the course, because we know that that's the way that programs get more successfully off the ground in schools, is when you have a partner to work together with. And we have the dates here that you can go through to make sure that it's something that you're going to be able to commit to. As we've said, this space, it's limited space in the course, so we really want that you sign up and you do the course, so that you don't sign up and then not do the course, because you'll be taking somebody else's place. It will be offered again in the future, so you will have another opportunity if you don't do it this year. The independent blended learning course is going to be it's the same blended learning course that we offered last year. So if you took it before, you could not take it again. You will not get credit for it if you sign up for it, because all of the mitzvah is exactly the same, and so the Pisgah will not give you credit twice. This time, the main difference is that it's while Debbie will be running the course, there won't be any face-to-face. It will all be asynchronous. Okay, it'll be run on the Moodle, which Debbie has been working very hard to set up for you. She'll be checking your work and giving you the grade, but it will be pretty much self-motivated with videos and tasks to take you through the course. The Curriculum 2020 course, Carol Wolf did for us over the summer, like from May until July.
Amazing.
Phenomenal reviews we got on it.
Amazing.
Carol, I know you're here, and I hope you're
We
blushing,
love you,
because
Carol.
I can't praise you highly enough. Tremendous reviews. If you have the opportunity, sign up for it. Here are the dates, and you will learn. It's not just about what changes are there in the curriculum, because the Curriculum 2020 doesn't have any real new chidushim, but the solid pedagogy and the great ideas for teaching more vocabulary and having more student involvement and more active learning. It just all comes together beautifully in this course. So it's a wonderful, wonderful course to sign up for, and I recommend it to all of you. New coordinators. If you have not been a coordinator in the past, or if you were last year, but you were not able to take the new coordinators course, you must sign up for this course. Okay. You do not get a gmul for being a coordinator unless you have taken this course. And it will be run by me and by Haley. We will have segments that are together, all of the coordinators, and there will be segments that are high school coordinators in one room and junior high school coordinators in another room. And here are the dates. And at the end of the evening, please make sure, if you're a new coordinator, especially, stay until the very end. We'll be giving you a little bit more information about this at the end. It's starting on September 5th. September 5th. So if you're a new coordinator and you haven't heard about the course yet, listen up now. September 5th, we will find you, because you will fill in the Google form that you're getting at the end of tonight's session, and we will get started early in the year, because that's when you need the information. The debate course is a national course. Reed is quote unquote hosting it this year. It will be on Zoom.
We do not yet have budget for it.
Fair enough.
I have to say, I'm sorry, budget has not come down yet to anybody for any of these courses, but especially for this one, because the person who's teaching it isn't from Reed. We are hoping to host it. This is for the teachers who received an hour for the 9th grade debate program, who signed up for 9th grade debate and need to take this course. Other people can take the course, but the priority, the people who have priority are the people who are in the program. Okay.
Great. Okay. Thank you. And if you take the course, if we get funding and you take the course and you run it in your school, you get an additional teaching hour for the entire year. And I asked him, I said, how does that work out? And they're not in the course the whole year. And the debate itself is after, let's see, the course ends on the 18th of the 1st. And then the debate itself is right around that time in January. But he said, but it works out because you put in more time at the beginning of the year and then less time at the end of the year. And so that evens out to about 1 hour a week the whole year. Really worthwhile taking if you're interested in it. And that's all for this year.
Melissa,
Yes.
in the debate course, they already gave the money. It's in the budget. For everybody who registered, the money already came into the budget.
I'll check.
Oh, you see it in TechNet already?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Oh,
So
interesting.
the hours
Okay,
came
great.
in,
Okay.
but the course money hasn't come in yet, babe.
Oh, yeah, but the hour for the
I'm still waiting for that.
Yeah, okay.
Elaine, you haven't gotten your Hishtanmut money either yet for your school, right?
No, don't think.
Yeah, no, none of the professional development budget has come in yet for anyone, not schools and not me. But I'm hopeful.
Okay,
Okay, next slide.
what's new?
The what's new. So every year we have a what's new, and this year we have all of Melissa's buttons on the what's new. And this is a place where you can, before the read all you need is done, this is a good place for you to see everything. And it'll give you all of the information about, more information about all of the things that we're talking about. Today, it's in something really cool called a whiteboard in Canva, and Melissa's very proud of herself for figuring out how to use this. So we're all going to applaud her because she did this so well.
I'm glad I can't see anybody's faces. Okay, and it opens on your phone and it's really cute. So I'm going to send you the link and you're going to open it on your phone and you're going to see how nice it looks. Okay, and Debbie's going to be proud of me for playing with something new.
Amazing.
I know,
Wow.
Isn't
Thank
it? Isn't it?
Thank you.
Wow.
So you'll send that to them afterwards. And now, okay, as every year, this year is no different. We need your staff details. All right, I'm reminding you, we give it out now because you should really be doing it during your first Yemei Archut or your first staff meeting, first week of school. We need all of it by September 8th. So we're not going to nag you about this. You just got to get it done. All right. Everyone can fill out their own, open it up on a computer, on a laptop, or on one of the computers in the teacher's room, and make sure that everyone fills it out. It's a Google form, so it saves your email and then you can open it and add to it. So, just make sure that it gets done. And this year, because there isn't counseling for 2/3 and most of the schools, there will be department program details that we'll be asking. What kinds of national programs are you registered for? What kinds of other programs? What are you doing in your English society? What have you chosen in the Geffen? What are you doing with which books and everything? So if you do have counseling and you do need help filling out this form, we'll be sending it out on Sunday, not yet today. If you need help, your counselor can help you. And if you don't, and even if you are filling it out with your counselor, please make sure that it's filled out by the end of September. I'm going to have to take all of that information and compile it and send it before Sukkot to Jerusalem. So I'm going to have to know all of this information, and you have to leave me a few days to make sure that I get it all done before Sukkot happens. So we gave you to the really last possible day. So please get it done by the end of September. Those are your, all schools have to do that, whether or not you have counseling or not. It's important. Thank you. Melissa, next slide.
Oh, I just went the wrong way. That's weird.
That's okay. Go the right way.
Wait a
Okay,
minute. Oh, no. We repeated this slide.
that's right. We repeated this slide just in case there were people who came in late, and I wanted them to see the banana phone and the links to join all of the groups. Melissa, I'd like you to share in the chat right now the link to the all coordinator list. Just in case there are people who are here but are not in the all coordinator list, this is very important to be here because everything that we send you is going to be sent to the all coordinator list. Okay, very, very, very important. All right. Before we break out into breakout rooms for junior high and high school, you wanna, Melissa, or someone read some of the questions if there are questions we need to answer before we break out?
Judy, could you please send the document with the counselor's details to the all coordinators WhatsApp group?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do that as well.
Sure. What else?
Is the banana phone only for coordinators?
No, it's for anyone who has a question.
Yeah. Okay. If I'm in a fourth year, so yes, you can share it with your teachers if they have a question for us. Obviously, if it's something that concerns the entire department, then it would be great if, you could coordinate, one person ask the question instead of 12 people. Because
Well, if we see that we're answering it again and again, we'll send them back to their coordinator.
Yeah. Okay. If I'm in a four-year program, a 9th through 12th grade, should I join both groups, the junior high and the all coordinators? I think so. I think that if you have a ninth grade, there are a lot of
I
programs.
would, because you get really good ideas, and 9th and 10th have nothing to do with Bagrut. So I think yes. I like the fact that 9th and 10th can work together as a group. Like they can work on similar things together, whereas 11th and 12th are very Bagrut oriented. I think 9th and 10th, we're still allowed to like be whimsical and funky and less serious about life yet.
Yeah, this is a good question. Elizabeth Sosland. I am a 6-year coordinator. Which breakout room should I go to?
So first of all, one of the things that I requested from the schools was to have in 6-year schools is to have 2 coordinators. It's very important. There's a lot of work to be done in both, and 1 coordinator for all 6 years is a difficult job. I think you need to go, oh, I see. Then go where yours is, Elizabeth, and she'll watch the recording of the other one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we will send out this recording. If we have the counseling program, how do I find out who our counselor is? You'll be getting a phone call from your counselor
On Sunday.
on Sunday. And she will introduce herself and make
And add
contact
you
with
to a
you.
group.
Yep, that's right. Okay, we had a huge counselors meeting yesterday. Our counseling staff has doubled in size, and we are so thrilled with the
We
amazing
are
people that we
18
found.
people, 18 of us.
We
Oh my
fill up
God.
that conference room on Judy's floor if you've been there. It's quite
Yeah, it was
amazing.
amazing.
Okay, so I am going to open.
I can do
not-
it. I can do it.
Okay, Judy's
I'll do
going
it.
to
I'll
make.
do it while you're speaking. Well, there are more questions there, so
No, there are no more questions. Okay, so
they
we
keep
have.
writing.
I'll check again. I will check again.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be putting up a fact sheet. I'm not sure, Karine, what kind of facts. Oh, we could do that. Usually we put up a fact sheet when we come up with some issue, like, we made one for the COBE. We made one, when there are lots of questions about one particular topic, we put up a fact sheet.
I don't think so. A fact sheet for what?
Just like frequently asked questions on the
In general,
banana phone.
yes, about the code,
Oh.
like you said, what's
Yeah.
happening, new decisions.
No,
by-
I don't think so.
I'll put it on my list.
Okay.
Like if we see a need for it, if there are things that are frequently
I
asked,
think you
then
need to
we
be
will.
checking. I think you need to be also checking the what's new on the portal, on Siona's portal. And if there are things, then I'll be sending them to the all coordinators. But no. Okay.
Okay.
If you need, and if you feel this year, coordinators, if you didn't ask for hadracha and you feel that not having hadracha is not good for you this year, and we will try and keep you afloat as much as possible. But that means that next year you really need to ask your principal for it. Okay. The schools who are getting hadracha are working with statistics, and they're working with their counselors, and they're having intensive help. And if that's something that you're going to feel this year that you're missing out on, it's something that you need to think about for next year. Okay. Again, we'll try and keep all of you afloat, but it's going to be different this year. Okay. It is.
Judy, there's one more thing that we did not even put in the slideshow. We did not talk about your 24 minutes.
Oh, it's in the calendar. We have dates for it somewhere, no?
We do. We can send out the dates.
So we'll add it to the slideshow before we send it out. We're not going to do 24 minutes every week. I'm doing it once a month, unless, Corona happens again or something.
What is 24 minutes with Judy for the new coordinators is Sunday mornings at 8 a.m.
For 24 minutes.
Once a month, approximately.
Yeah.
She speaks for 24 minutes. It's the best way of us reaching you to update you on new developments and new programs and bringing you important information. So if you are a coordinator, it's really important that you attend the 24 minutes. We do record them almost always, and we put those recordings up on the Read All You Need site as well. We The previous ones are there as well. They're interesting to watch, a lot of interesting information in them. And we will send you a list of the dates. The All Coordinators WhatsApp group is an important, we don't put extra stuff. We don't put lots of cute articles and memes and stuff. We put information that you need to see. So if you're wondering what you need to keep track of to really stay posted on the most important and updated information, when you get something on the All Coordinators WhatsApp group, you need to open it and read it and relate to it. Okay.
All right, there's some sort of misunderstanding, Melissa. Maybe you misspoke. I wasn't 100% paying attention. Like I didn't catch it. But the 24 minutes is for everyone.
Correct.
It's for every single coordinator in Read. Okay, it's when I gather up information that I need to share with you, and then I share it with you all in a very concise, clear, and quick way. Okay, you can do it when you're driving, you can listen, but be careful. You can come and sit in school. Make sure that you try not to have class from 8 to 8:24. And if you do, have your kids read for 24 minutes and listen. Okay, it's important. I gather up only the important things and I don't waste your time.
Right. The only reason I said new coordinators is the old coordinators all know about the 24 minutes with
Yeah, we
Judy
confuse them.
and wanted to bring the new coordinators. I'm always taking care of my new coordinators, wanted to bring them into the loop. That's why I
Okay.
said new.
I'm opening these two rooms now. You have to scroll all the way down underneath all of the names and you will see room 1 and room 2.
Junior
Room
high
one-
school. Go ahead.
Yeah, room 1 is junior high school and room 2 is high school. Go to the one that you want to join. All right, we'll send out the PowerPoints to whoever. Is Melissa back?
Yeah, because she's host now, so she has to be. Melissa,
I don't
where are
see
you?
her.
I can't see her. Did she get
I'm
kicked out?
here.
No, she's
Okay.
there.
Oh, there she
Melissa,
is.
could you share the PowerPoint again? Guys, both of the things, did you guys finish in high school? Did you get through the bulletin?
We got to one awkward question that we got cut off, but that's okay. Please remind me, Judy, the native speakers, are they allowed to finish in 12th grade this year?
They're allowed to finish in 11th grade this year, yes.
They are still allowed to finish in 11th
Yes.
grade. She
Yes.
was not, she still is threatening to do it in the future, but as of
Yeah,
this year.
no, she's trying and the minister wants it. We had a problem with the Parents Association. But it will happen. It will. It just, they had other things to deal with, so they didn't push it. But this year they can still finish in 11th grade. I really hope that they don't though. The EEE is there for them if you really think that they're strong. And wouldn't it be better if they knew more English than tested out of a language that they should know more of? Amy and Paula worked really, really hard putting together the EEE and I would much prefer they did one more semester in 12th grade of that.
Paula worked hard.
I do not recommend having your 11th graders finish, but it is still applicable. Okay. Before we finish, I'd like you to watch this 1.5-minute clip of my favorite person in the world, Zal. With all the talk of agriculture and plants and the background and climate and the planet, I think that this is more relevant today as we go back in an uncertain time to schools. And after the clip is over, we'll just let you all go.
We'll
and
finish up.
coordinators.
New coordinators stay
New
for a minute.
coordinators stay for just a couple of minutes.
That's all.
And that's it. Did you share your sound though, Mel?
I did.
Okay, so go make him big. He deserves to be big.
He was big.
Education and our lives as human beings are not linear. That's an industrial idea, that you start there and you get there. Our lives, if they're anything, are cyclical and kind of recursive. That there are moments of growth, there are seasons of personal growth and development and seasons that are fallow. And it's not over until it's actually over. And that, the very old, like the very young, still have enormous amounts to find out about themselves if the conditions are right. And I feel it's the great role of a teacher. When I was saying moving to a different metaphor, an organic metaphor, I think it's going from an industrial metaphor to back to an agricultural one. Because if you think of it, a great gardener, great farmer, depends upon plants growing under their care. Otherwise, they're out of business. But the irony is that every farmer and gardener knows that you cannot make a plant grow. You cannot do that. You don't stick the roots on and paint the petals and attach the leaves. The plant grows itself. What you do is provide the conditions for growth. And great farmers know what the conditions are and bad ones don't. Great teachers know what the conditions of growth are and bad ones don't. And with bad teaching, all this potential of students shrivels in the face of it. With great teaching, all this stuff starts to flourish and to flower. And that, to me, is the great gift of teaching, to recognize that growth is possible at any time. Like in Death Valley, in the most deathless place on earth, there's life there, if you know what the conditions are. And the great challenge for teaching, I think, is not just to know your discipline, but to know your students, and to know what the pedagogical relationship is that will make them flourish and become the best thing they can be. And I think that it's not just something for the young, and increasingly it's something that we should see as intergenerational, rather than just something that happens at the beginning of our lives. It should endure throughout the whole of it. Thank
you. Lifelong learners. One of the things I think about when I think about extensive reading is to give our students the ability to love to read and to want to learn. And even cutting out of Bagrut early in 11th grade is just negating that whole idea and value of a lifelong learner. Okay, you're not testing out of English. English is a language. You don't test out of a language. Okay, you will learn a language and you will continue to learn a language every day of your life. I learn new words every day. So should you. I read every day. Even with all the work that I do, I manage to read for at least half an hour a day. And I do it and I learn new things all the time. So why should we be testing out of a language? Like, are they really done learning English? And I think our enthusiasm for learning they need to see that, and then they won't want to stop. Right now, what's stopping them is the fact that and really let's show them that there's so much more to learn. The EEE is absolutely the best thing for them out there. I don't think there's a better English program out there than what our amazing counselors did in the EEE. So with that, I'd like to say good night to everyone. Next slide, Melissa, please, if you will. One of my favorite, before the new coordinators, we'll keep them for half a second. Melissa, go to the next slide and we'll let people go. I don't know if you've read this book by Robert Fulghum. All I really needed to know, I learned in kindergarten. But if you do know this, I'm just going to read this really quickly because it's small. Share everything, play fair. Don't hit people. Put things back where you found them. Clean up your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. Say you're sorry when you hurt somebody. Wash your hands before you eat. Flush. Warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. Live a balanced life, learn and think some, learn some and think some, and draw and paint and sing and dance and play and work every day some. Take a nap every afternoon. Oh God, I wish. When you go out into the world, watch for traffic, hold hands and stick together. Beware of wonder. Remember the little seed in the styrofoam cup. The roots go down and the plant goes up and nobody really knows how or why. We're all like that. Goldfish and hamsters and white mice and even the little seed in the styrofoam cup, they all die, and so do we. We then remember the Dick and Jane books and the first word you learned, the biggest word of all, look. We're wishing you a wonderful, 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 wonderful year full of personal and professional success and happiness from a huge group of amazing women. We're wishing you all the best and a wonderful school year. Have a wonderful night, everyone. We will send you everything, I promise. Have a good night. We love you.
You too, Judy and Melissa. Bye, good night.
Thank you very much.
Love you
Good
all.
luck,
Be well.
everybody. We're all here for you.
Thank you.
Melissa,
you.
go back. New coordinators stay for 2 minutes. Good night, everyone. Good night, good night, good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Coordinators stay for a couple of minutes.
I just want to emphasize that when we're about to send you this slideshow in the All Coordinators group.
Yes.
So please make sure that you sign up for the new coordinators WhatsApp group. Okay, because that will be the place that
Your
will communicate with
hadracha.
you for your hadracha, and also information as we get permission to open the course. Please pre-register today or tomorrow for the new coordinators course. You will get 30 hours Gamul for it with a grade. And these are the dates of the course. And all new coordinators must take the course. We spoke about it at the beginning of the summer. We've taken every opportunity to make sure that you know that it's there. And we're starting it really a la boca at the beginning of the school year, because that's when you need the information. We will see you there. And good luck. And we're so happy to have you on board.
Welcome to
and
Read
we'll be
if you're
here,
new, and welcome to
you.
coordination with us if you're just new at that. And have a wonderful night and breathe deep. Everything will be fine. We'll be here for
Deeply.
you and you'll be great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you
Have a
so